and wish everybody a good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. Paul's joining me this afternoon, so it's Paul versus Paul, and we are going to be doing a tutorial and playthrough of Onward, which isn't Skytear 2nd edition, but is a spiritual successor to Skytear. And if you have played the Skytear game, then there are some similarities. Designed by the same team that designed Skytear and also Skytear Horde, which I have covered on the channel. This is a sponsored playthrough video, so we're not going to give you any opinions on the game. We're just here to show you how it plays to help you make a decision about whether it's the kind of game that you might want to buy. Because the GameFound campaign for this game went live 5 minutes ago. It is live on GameFound right now, and you can go over there and you can find all of the details of the game, how much it's going to cost, what you're going to get in the base game, what's included in any expansions, and all sorts of things like that. This is a prototype copy of the game. The game is not out yet, so this is a prototype. We are going to be playing the game today with the rules as they are at the moment. I don't believe the rules are going to change, but what you might see is you might see the occasional wording on some of the cards, which isn't as clear as it could be at the moment. They're going to fix that, obviously. The miniatures are very good quality, but these are slightly different from what's going to come with the game, because I've painted the colour of the bases on these. You'll see that each of us has 4 heroes, a green one, a red one, a yellow one, and a blue one. They're going to come with some kind of colours so that you can help tell them apart, and they're going to come with ring bases so that you know which team it's on. This is either a 2-player game or a 3-player game or a 4-player game. We're playing the 2-player game today, and each side has 4 heroes. So if we were playing this as a 4-player game, then what would happen is I would split up the heroes between the 2 players on this team. And each of us has 4 heroes. We have a red hero, a green hero, a yellow one, and a blue one. They are thematically tied to... Red ones are all about attacking. I believe yellow ones are about lane control. I can't quite remember. I think blue ones are more in defense and things like that. But we've each got 1 hero. Now, we're using the suggested heroes for your first game, which is these 4 versus those 4. Now, what I've got here, and I don't know whether this is all of the expansions or everything else, but there's a lot of heroes here. There's a huge amount of heroes. Every single one of them is unique and has got its own special abilities. And there is a drafting version of the game where you basically design your own troop or draft them up, something like that. We're playing this. Now, the objective of this game is to destroy the opponent's nexus. So over there, we have Paul's Nexus. It's got 9 health, which is represented by... You'll see a whole load of counters here. That's because every hero has 9 health as well. So all of the counters are here. And my objective is to destroy that Nexus. Paul's objective is to destroy this Nexus. Now, the way that you do that is you've got to battle through one of the 3 lanes with your minions. I mean, you can have your heroes attacking the Nexus, but generally you want to get your minions in there. And they move in here and then they start laying siege to the Nexus. But you'll notice we have some towers. So each of the lanes has 3 towers on each side. And I think these miniatures are optional. So the miniatures for the towers and the minions are optional. We're using both the counter and the tower today, and the miniature today. But what you need to do is you need to basically knock down the towers, because the towers block adjacency for enemy units. So Paul can move his units through here, but not through here until he's knocked down the towers. We're going to be playing over a maximum of 5 days, but I'll be honest with you, we kind of have a hard cut-off today of about 5:30 to 5:45. So if we don't get the game finished by then, we're going to call it early. But what you should do is you should play to a maximum of 5 days. And at the end of that time, if one side hasn't won, then it's the one with the one with the most damaged Nexus loses the game. So yeah, you've got to try and deal as much damage as you can to the enemy Nexus. Everybody's also got a deck of cards. Now, this deck of cards is made up of 5 cards from each of your heroes. So in addition to choosing your heroes, each of which has a special ability, that is going to determine your hand of cards. 5 cards for each hero with a grey border and 1 card for each hero with a gold border. These are advanced cards. These are called ultimate cards. They start off in your discard pile. So the first time you go through your deck, you will then shuffle in your ultimate cards into your deck and it will become better. Now, something is going to happen at the end of the first day, and I'm not going to spoil it. I'll tell you what happens when we get there. But essentially, we're going to be playing the game over a series of rounds. Each round follows a certain structure. There are player aids included with this game, which give you a complete structure of what happens in the game. But essentially, in each round, both me and Paul are going to activate one of our heroes. And when that hero is activated and they've taken a turn, they're going to be exhausted, they're going to be turned sideways, which means on the next round, we have to choose a different one. At the end of a round, when all heroes are exhausted, that is where we do the onward phase and we move the round counter forward. So that is, the day counter. So basically, 4 rounds makes up 1 day, and we play a maximum of 5 days. So I think it's 20 rounds. I don't know what can happen that it might change it, because if you defeat an enemy hero, that exhausts them earlier. So it might happen that you get fewer rounds in a day. The rest of it we'll explain as we go along, because you'll notice there are no minions on the board at the moment. We have monsters. We have these monsters which are there, and we can go in, we can attack them and get loot from them, treasure, which we'll use to buy items. But we don't have any of that. We don't start with any money. We don't start with any minions on the board. We just have our heroes around our nexus, and we're good to go. So we shuffle our deck.
Yep.
We draw 2 cards at the start of the game. James is in the chat. Hi, James. Thank you for popping in. And is this a MOBA? Yes, Leon. This game is a MOBA is a multiplayer online battle arena. It's a genre of computer games which are very popular. I played one of them once and didn't enjoy it because I'm more of a board gamer. But essentially, one of the common things with these games is you have multiple lanes of which routes that you can get through to attack the enemy. And I think another concept of these games is that you will have minions that you don't directly control. Your minions, once they start appearing, they basically have their own AI system of what they're trying to do. You don't control them manually, but the heroes you do control manually. I think that's a very quick overview of how those games work. So we got 2 cards in hand. I start off. The priority is with me. This is a 2-sided counter. It always starts off with the yellow side having priority. And what we now do is we do a shop phase, but we skip the shop phase in round 1 because nobody has any money. So we go straight to the plan phase. The team with priority, which is me, I draw 2 cards, and then I choose which of my heroes I want to plan with. Now, I've got cards representing these heroes, but for planning purposes, I can put any card on any hero. I do not have to match the illustration to the hero. And you'll see why that's important later on. Now then, what am I going to do? Now, bear in mind we've had a practice game this afternoon and we kind of half know what we're doing. He says. Half know.
Only half know.
I'm going to plan with this one. So I have to declare first which one I'm planning with because I've got priority. Now, Paul can choose which one he's planning with. At the start of the game, this is less important because all 4 heroes are here and all 4 heroes are here. But later on, the hero that your opponent chooses to plan with might influence your decision. The next thing we do is we reveal our cards. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you my card. These are what the cards look like, and there's various bits of information on this card. The only thing that's relevant right now is this number here in the top left. This is the movement value for that card, and it's also that hero's initiative. So I've played a card with 3, and you've played a card with 2. Mm-hmm. What that means is I win the initiative for this round, and I will take the first turn. It also means that when this hero moves, it can move 3 spaces. And as you can see, I played a blue card on a red hero. It's the red hero that's active, and that's the one that's going to take the turn this round. Now, the other thing that's important about these cards is if we both played the same number, it would go on this. Whichever team has priority would break the tie, but the marker would then flip over. So this is one of these games where this isn't going to flip over at the end of every round. Oh no, it will only flip over if there is a tie in initiative, and then the current player wins it, but then it flips over to the other side. So I've got initiative, which means I'm going to take my first turn. And you'll see from the player aid, this is the player aid here, you will see what we're going to do. I'm just going to check the focus. There we go. Fastest hero is going to take their turn. So I'm going to take my turn here in phase 3 or step 3 of the round sequence. But then after I've taken my turn, we have 2 completely new phases. And then the slowest hero is going to take their turn. So yes, I'm going to go first and then Paul's going to go after. But there's going to be 2 phases between me taking a turn and Paul taking a turn. This is why winning the initiative can be really important. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press another button and hopefully this is going to zoom in on, yes it is, right. So this is my hero, Akimo, and Akimo has a special ability which I've chosen not to activate this turn because it is when I plan. So I could have done this. I can basically set fire to myself to become very angry, but I'm not going to do that. So the next decision I need to make is, am I going to go ahead with the card that I played? This is my planning card. Or do I want to use my fallback plan? Now, at this point, you need to ignore everything else on the card. None of this information is relevant at all. We are just looking at this. So I can either have 3 movement points and 1 attack point, or I can have 2 movement points and 1 attack point. Well, obviously, I'm going to have this one because it's 3 and 1. But just for an example, I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to grab a card from my deck. Let's say I planned with that one. So I could now choose to have no movement points and 3 attack, or 2 movement points and 1 attack. So sometimes you will want to use the card that you played, and other times you'll want to do the fallback plan. But I'm going to use the card that I played. So what I've got is I've got 3 movement points and 1 attack point. And I can now spend those to perform actions. Every time I spend a movement point, I can move from my area to an adjacent area. And all of these areas are absolutely viable. Even the water in this game, it is just an area that you can move into. So every area is a viable area that you can move into. Adjacency, there's tiny little arrows, which they've done a really good job at blending them in with the artwork, but it's very clear as to which areas are adjacent. These are not adjacent because there's a big wall in the way, but every other area is adjacent to the area that it's touching. Enemy towers block adjacency. So right now I cannot move or attack from here to here because there's a big tower in the way. I don't have to do all of my movement points first and then my attack. I can split them up however I want. As far as the attack goes, this character is a melee character. If we just have a look again here, you can see here, the sword means that this character is a melee character, which means I can only attack something that's in the same area as me. If this was the character that was activating, this is a ranged attack. This can only attack an adjacent area. It cannot attack the area that it's in. So melee or ranged, and the rules for those are fairly simple, except you've got a character that breaks those rules. So I've got 3 movement points and 1 attack point. There are other things that I can do on my turn as well, but let's just keep it nice and simple. I'm going to take this character and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go into this area here. Now the green areas are called jungles. The special rules about jungles is you can only attack something in a jungle if you have a friendly hero in that jungle. So let's say, for example, that this character was a ranged character. From here, I could not attack into here because I don't know where they are. I can't see them. But if I had a friendly hero in there, I can say, oi, they're over here, hiding behind the tree. And then I would be able to shoot them. As it is, this character is a melee character. So I can go into there and I can attack. Now, when you attack, you normally reveal the top card of your deck. And the number in the top right is how much damage you're going to deal. But if the thing that you're attacking, if a strength 2 attack would kill it, you don't bother doing the cards. Now, the monsters have 1 hit point because they're very weak monsters. The towers have 1 hit point and the minions have 1 hit point. So if you're attacking a monster, a tower or a minion, you actually don't need to draw any cards whatsoever. You just immediately kill it. This game is fairly streamlined, and when you're attacking these little things, you don't bother doing any cards or anything else like that. So I'm doing an attack. I've killed the monster. And what you do is you take the money. That's how much money it's worth. It says on the front, I can spend that in the next shop phase. That's it. I've moved 3. I've attacked. Now, also, on your turn, you can cast spells. So this is where the rest of the card and the illustration is useful. So these cards, as well as being used to plan and therefore do actions with the characters, I can use them to cast the spell that's printed on the card. And this is a really important rule of the game, so don't forget this. If you learn one thing today, is that even though this is my active character, any of the other characters can cast spells while I'm taking a turn with this character. So right now, I have taken a turn with a chemo. If I was to play this card, it would be Kichi, who would be casting this spell. And at that point, you use the stuff at the bottom of the card instead. So I'm just going to have a quick look at mine, and I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to cast any spells.
Okay.
But Paul is.
I am. Now, I actually would have done it, I would have needed to stop you talking, but I didn't. But as you decided you were going to move, right, you said
you were going to do something.
I was going to do something.
Can
it,
you
doesn't,
react?
it doesn't affect your turn.
So can you
so
react
that's fine.
to me
I can
attacking?
react. I can react. Well, I can just react.
Okay, let me show people that card. So there are certain types of spells which have a lightning bolt on here. Now, a lightning bolt means that this is a reactive spell. So a reactive spell means that you can cast it in the other player's turn in reaction to them declaring an action. So the fundamental terminology with this game is the player who is taking their turn declares an action, and then the other player can react to that. So if we were to do this properly, I would have said, I'm moving to here.
Yeah.
I'm now moving to here. I'm now moving to here. I'm now attacking. And Paul says, hang on a minute. I'm going to react to that.
Yep.
Now, in this particular situation, it doesn't actually matter.
It doesn't affect
this.
No.
And you can even react because the last thing technically I do on my turn is I pass. Passing is an action. So you could actually react to me passing. Yeah. So that's probably what you would have done. I moved, I attacked. My turn is done. I now pass, but in response to me passing, you play that card.
Yeah, so I'm just going to play Flash.
Flash.
Which just allows Vorhild to move.
To move one space.
Move one space.
Yeah, well, to an adjacent area.
There.
Right. And there can be multiple reactions, and I could actually react to your reaction and things like that, but we're not going to do that. That is it. That is my turn done. So now we go into the minion phase. Now, we're going to keep the minion phase very simple for round one, because what you do is you resolve each of the lanes in an order of the player who went first choice. But it doesn't actually matter, because right now we have no minions on the board. So when there's no minions in a lane, that means we resolve the minion phase and we put one minion in the area that has a little M on it. And then we go to the next lane. There's no minions on this lane, so we both add one here. And then this lane, we both add one here. Now, what's going to happen at the end of every minion phase is we're going to be adding more minions to the board. And as long as there is an equal number of minions and no heroes, they basically spend all of their time fighting each other. But as soon as the heroes get involved and start attacking the minions, that's where the minions are going to have what's called momentum, and they're going to use that to progress forward, knock down the towers, and eventually lay siege to the Nexus. But we'll see that soon. Then we have what's called the jungling phase, which I love this word, but the jungling phase happens, and every hero that is in an area with a monster kills that monster. But only if they've got more of their heroes than the opponent. So if Paul's hero was there as well, neither of us would get to do it. But because I'm there on my own, I get to kill that monster. So it's basically like a free attack, but only against monsters. That's it. That is my turn done. So now it's Paul's go. Okay. Do you want to do the 2 and the 2 or the 2 and the 1?
The 2 and the 2. I'm going to do the 2 and 2.
And I need to look at my spells to see if I want to
just so you're aware, my special ability is that nearby friendly heroes, including myself, have 1 armor. Okay.
So that's nearby friendly heroes to him.
Okay, so I'm going to use 2 movement, which is 1, 2. Sorry, I went the wrong way. 1.
Yeah,
2.
2.
Okay.
And you've got 2 attacks.
2 attacks. So I'm going to attack this one.
Yeah, and then the other one.
And then the other one.
No. But we've already had the jungling phase. Yeah?
Yeah.
Paul doesn't get a jungling phase after his turn because he was slow. He was going after me.
Okay.
I'm not reacting to anything that you've just done.
And I'm not going to react.
You're not going to do any spells?
Cast any further.
Okay, so that card goes to your discard pile. You exhaust the hero. And that is the end of the first round. There is something called an onward phase, but you only do the onward phase when all of the heroes are exhausted. Not all of the heroes are exhausted, which means we go to round 2. So, shop phase. Now, in the shop phase, this is where you get to spend your money. The player who's got priority, which is me, gets to spend as much of the money as they want. I'm going to press the button here and hope it's the right one. Yeah, now this is a little bit blurry and low res because it's over the other side of the table. But we have 4 different types of items. We have the red ones, which are good for melee and attacking. We have the yellow ones, which I believe are good for lane control.
Yeah, initiative.
Blue ones are good for
armor.
Maybe the green ones are for lane control. Yeah, I think the green ones are for lane control. But anyway, in each set, you'll notice that there is ones with the grey board and ones with the gold. These are all shuffled and placed here. These are all shuffled and placed here. These are generally better ones, but they cost more. And what's going to happen now is that I can spend as much money as I want on buying all of these things. So I'm going to spend 4 money, and there are little counters included for getting change, to buy the Horn of the Hunt. Now you assign your items to your heroes. Each hero can have 1 item of each colour. So you don't have to match them, and I need to decide who's going to get this. And I think I want to put it on Yami. So Yami is going to have a Horn of the Hunt. So that means Yami, who is currently here, if she's in an area with minions, then I get +1 momentum if Yami is within 2 spaces of any nexus, whether it be this nexus or that nexus. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I spent that. I've still got 8 money left. Oh, gosh. Oh, I've not enough for the big axe.
No. Not now.
Not now. Let's take... can I take the vial?
Yeah.
The elixir
Frenzy
thing.
vial.
Yeah, frenzy vial. I'll give that to Kitchi. So that's going to cost 3. And then I've got 5 money left. And... sure, I'm going to spend that money on some armour. Some undergrowth armour, which I'm also going to give to Yami.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so I'm going to buy the totem shield.
Okay. The items are different.
6.
You're not allowed to look at what's underneath. You can only buy the one that's on top.
Okay, and I'll assign that one in a second. And I'm also going to buy some more attack.
So you only get money from defeating these monsters. Once all of these monsters have gone, that's it. There's no more money that comes into the game.
I think I might just add that one. 3 back.
Save your money for next time.
Well, there's another. There's a on purchase gain priority. Now I don't have priority.
You currently do not have priority.
So I think this might be worth me doing because I'm going to buy that. Get priority. Yeah, spent all my money. I'm going to. I'm actually going to put them down like this. I think because this one wants to have the armor. Yeah.
Oof.
And this one's going to have some more.
So he's got permanent +1 armour.
You know what?
And he's got an extra 2 against attacks, but only against attacks. Okay, shop phase is done. We're now going to the planning phase. So it's draw 2 cards, and you have to plan first because you have priority. So I get to see which character Paul is going to plan with. And you cannot plan with an exhausted character. So basically that character has taken a turn this day and can't take another turn.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's just one I need. And then... oh, yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to do this.
Okay. Right, and that character is already 1 space forward.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to... Might be a bit too soon for that. That's quite nice. Okay. I'm going to plan with Kitchi.
Right. Okay.
So we reveal our cards. 4.
2.
Okay, so priority doesn't change. Paul still has priority, but I have won the initiative. So what that means is I'm going to take the first turn, and I need to decide if I want to move for an attack once or move to an attack once. Well, I'm going to move for an attack once. So Kitchi is going to move. Now, Kitchi's ability is Rejuvenating Fire. Whenever I deal damage, I heal 1 hit point for each unit that I damage. So if I was able to attack multiple units, I would deal damage to multiple ones. Right, so... And I've got this frenzy vial, so I've been on the drink, and I'm a bit angry. So what we're going to do is, because there's going to be a jungling phase. He's ranged. Yes, he's ranged. Okay. So I had a plan. It was this. Yes. Right. We are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh. Oh, you're ranged. Okay, you're ranged.
Oh, but I can't. You're in a jungle.
Oh, you can't see me.
I can't see you. Right.
And can you see these?
No.
Right.
No. It's all right. I was going to move back, but actually, yeah, it doesn't work, does it? Okay, so. Oh, it's such a
wonderful plan.
Such a cunning plan. It's not going to work. So no. Instead, what I will do is I will just do the. So I'm going to move 1, 2.
You are in here.
Yeah, but I'm going to kill that in the jungling phase
You
anyway.
are. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am just going to use my attack.
You can fire. Yes.
I can attack the minion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just show you this on the big camera. Nope, wrong button. Sorry. Let's just have a look at it. Here we go. This is what's happening. So what we've got this is the character here, and I've got 1 attack, and it's ranged, which means I can only fire into an adjacent area. I cannot shoot anything in my area. I can't shoot here because this is a jungle. And I don't have a friendly hero in here, so I can't see what's there, so I can't attack this one. But this is my tower, which means these 2 areas are adjacent for me. So I can actually attack this minion. I can also attack this tower, because a tower is considered to be in both of the areas that's next to it. And in fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to attack this tower. Yeah. So when I attack a tower, towers only have 1 hit point, which means I don't need to draw any cards. I immediately defeat the tower, but because the tower has retaliate, Paul gets to hit me back. The way that works is Paul's going to draw a card from the top of his deck and put it onto his discard pile, and we're going to look at the number in the top right.
Okay.
So I've attacked the tower and I've killed it. It's a 2, which means I take 2 damage back. Where am I?
You're the one with the big hat.
That one. 1, 2. Now, I have a rules question for the designer who's busy watching us and also running the GameFound campaign. But the ability on Kitchi says when Kitchi deals damage, I heal 1 hit point for each unit he's damaged. Now, do I heal now, or did the retaliate happen afterwards? So there we go. We have a rules question. All of this will be clarified in the final rule book, but obviously it's not ready yet. So we're just asking that question. But either way, that's my attack. So I've moved 2, and I've attacked. I'm then going to use 1 more movement point to move to here. And I am then going to forego my remaining movement points. Do I want to cast any spells? No, I do not. So I'm passing. Are you going to react to me passing?
Well,
and the answer is heal first, take damage later. Okay, thank you. So
right.
I deal damage.
Yep.
I heal, but I couldn't heal because I was on full. Then the retaliate of the tower kicks in, and I've taken 2 damage. Right.
And you were there, were you?
I was there.
Yeah, and you attacked
at the point I attacked that tower,
yeah. No.
and then I moved to here, and then I passed.
Yeah, so I'm not going to react to that.
Okay, right. So now we do the minion phase. Well, what's going to happen now is I'm going to choose to do this lane first, and there is 1 of each minion. which means nobody has a momentum advantage. We've each got one momentum, so nothing changes. But what we do is we add an extra minion into that area. Now we go to this lane, exactly the same situation. So we're going to add another minion in, and exactly the same in this situation. As I say, this will continue to happen until a hero goes in there and either adds to the momentum by being in there, or gets rid of some of the enemy minions, and that's where we're going to start seeing some pushing of the various lanes. Now we do the jungling phase. So I kill that one, and I kill that one, and you kill that one. There you go. We have some money.
Nice.
Now you'll go.
Okay.
Are you going to do
so
2 and 2? I guess.
I might do 2 and 2. Well, I do want to do 2 and 2.
Yeah. Do you want to explain how your special ability works? Because it's a little unusual.
Okay. Yes, so I've got Icy Shade. So Vorhild's attacks also freeze targets. All right, and they have to target enemies 2 areas away instead of adjacent ones.
So Vorhild, even though it's a ranged attack, cannot attack adjacent. Can only attack things that are 2 areas away.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all...
You've got 2 attacks and 2 movements.
attacks. So right. I'm going to fire attacks into here.
At the minion or the tower?
These will take the tower out afterwards. So
the minions?
I'll take the minions.
So you're going to use both your attacks to kill these 2 minions.
Yep.
And again, because the minions only have 1 health, you don't need to flip any cards over. You just immediately remove them. Okay.
Okay. I'm then going to move 2 to there.
So that's your 2 movement.
That's my 2 movement.
And your 2 attacks. But I suspect I'm going to see some spells.
You've got 2 that'd be 2 movement. 1, 2, 3 to get to me. The people that you've got left are ranged.
No. Yami is melee. The one with the scythe is melee.
Yeah. Okay.
The other one is a spellcaster.
Okay. No, I'll wait. I'll wait for that.
Well, I'm going to react to you passing.
Yeah.
Now, this is not something that's occurred in any of our practice games. Can I react twice to the same thing? I think I can, and I'm just going to check to see what the rulebook says on this, because I remember reading that you can react, or you can cast multiple spells, but I want to react twice. Yeah, only in a chain, only once. Once a single reaction. Oh, okay.
So you're reacting to me passing.
I am reacting to you passing. It is possible to declare multiple reactive cast actions in response to each other as long as teams alternate declaring them. If this happens, the cast actions will resolve in reversed order. So the current rulebook seems to imply that I can. But the designer has said no, at most a single reaction. So the rulebook will definitely need clarifying. Unless what you're saying is, I'm going to react by doing something. I give you the opportunity to react to your reaction. If you don't, can I react again? That's the timing question.
Okay.
Well, the rulebook says you can. The rulebook says it is possible to declare multiple reactive cast actions in response to each other as long as teams alternate declaring them.
Okay.
So to the last question, no. Oh, so it's only I'm going to do
only if I react, you could react again.
Okay, got it. Right. Well, that's a shame because I need to do both of these.
I'm definitely not reacting.
No, that's fine. I can do them on my turn. I'll do them on my turn. Right. So you were going second, weren't you?
Yeah.
Right. So that's it. That's the end of the round.
Yep.
We now go to round 3. Shopping.
Onward.
You get to go first. There's no onward phase because yeah.
So
shopping.
I still got priority.
Thank you for the rules help.
Don't have too much in the way of money this time around, but I think that this am I going to get close enough? What does the Horn of the Hunt do again?
It's the one that gives you +1 momentum for that hero if you are in a space with minions and you are within 2 of one of the nexuses.
Yeah, it's a bit early for that for me then, I think, at the moment. I think I'm going to take some armour. I'm going to take a bit of armour. I'm going to spend 5. And I'm going to get 1 change, and I'm going to buy the Charm of Renewal. So it's 1 armour against attacks, and it prevents the pluses on attack cards targeting the hero. That's going to go here.
So the chat is saying that I could have done what I wanted to do, but I would have had to. First of all, you say you're moving into here.
Right,
I react.
Each individual step.
And then when you say I'm passing, I react to that.
Okay.
But yeah, so I could have done it.
So you can do it in my movement, between my movement points.
Every time you do an action. One action is to move 1 space.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I could have done it, but it's fine. I'm happy to wait.
Yeah. That sounds ominous.
Well, because that hero has acted.
Yes.
So, and I think you've already
Yes.
played your flash card for this one, so I know that. So, right, got 11 money. What are we going to buy?
Lots.
Yeah.
There's a massive axe over here called Bear.
Let's have that.
Do you want that?
Yeah.
First attack card has always got a plus.
I mean, it costs 9, so it must be good. First attack card always has a plus on it. Okay.
So that's extra.
Who are we going to give that to?
Damage dealer. Who's the big beefy guy?
Let's give it to Yami.
What about the guy that burns up? You could just burn the axe. You could just burn the axe up and it wouldn't work.
Right, so we've been shopping. Now you've got priority.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to plan. So 2 cards.
who are you going to plan with? Is it going to be Harald or Astridia?
Yeah. Right. My plan is to do that. So I need. There. Do we go there?
This is going to be brutal.
Yeah, I think it is. I also, well, it depends if I go there. Okay, I'm going to do that just to make sure. I think it's a shame, but yeah, let's do that. It's going to be, which one is it? Oh, I've swapped. I've swapped mid thought. Well, I'll go there.
Okay.
Shouldn't have done that, but never mind. That's okay.
Interesting. Okay, I thought as much. I'm going to do this.
Ooh.
And reveal. I have a 4.
I have a 4.
Oh,
yes! Yes!
So this flips, but you have initiative.
Yeah.
So now, Haral is special because you know we talked about the jungle rules, which means you cannot target an enemy in the jungle unless you have a friendly hero as a spotter in that jungle. Well, Haral can. He's got binoculars and he can see people behind trees. So he ignores that rule.
Okay.
Oh, and also, once per turn, when it's his turn, he can teleport from one jungle to another jungle.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to
You got
move
4 movement and 1 attack.
1, 2.
Yeah.
1 attack.
Yeah. Kill that. You can't kill it from there. You'd have to
Oh,
kill
is he
it.
ranged?
You'd have to kill it from there. That's fine.
He is
Yeah,
ranged.
because he's got
Yeah,
that special
okay.
ability that he can
Yeah,
see it.
okay. So so reaction wise, movement to here,
No, it's fine.
attack.
That's fine. We're all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second movement point.
Yeah, we're all good.
Third movement point. No, not third movement point, but because it's just a teleport
Yeah, teleporting.
to here.
Okay.
Because green's gone already. Is that right? Yes.
Green has gone already, yeah.
Okay. Then.
Hang on.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I might react to your teleporting.
Okay. Can I play? Okay, I might not have done this in the right order. I wanted to play a spell on my active guy. I want to play a spell on here.
So it's an action to cast a spell. Are you doing that before you teleport?
No, it's
okay.
Well, yes, I think I do. That's
okay.
why.
So before you teleport, your action is
here. My action
you're
is
casting a spell.
Cast a spell.
So what spell are you casting?
The spell is Elk Form. Haral has +1 armor this turn. Okay. When he enters an area this turn, he may deal 3 damage to one monster or outside. Oh, you're not a monster.
Not a monster. Also, I've just noticed you actually had +1 initiative. So for the purposes of determining who went first,
I would have had 5 anyway.
So this didn't
flip.
split because you were 5, I was 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and you can't teleport. No, you can. That must be. Yeah, it's all right. Okay.
Yeah, jungle. Yeah. Okay. So I play this spell.
So you're playing that spell. So you've got +1 armor for this turn.
Yeah.
And if you enter an area, you can deal 3 damage to a monster or an outsider.
A monster?
Yeah, that would kill it.
So I go there.
So you're teleporting to there, which immediately kills that. I need to read this card again.
Okay, fine. I'll wait
because
1, 2, I've done 2 of my.
Nearby is adjacent, isn't it? Yeah, nearby is both adjacent areas and the area where you are measuring from. And nearby heroes includes the hero itself. So from here to here, I don't think yours are adjacent to here because the barrier blocks adjacency.
Agreed. Yes.
So from here, these are nearby. But for your point of view, they're not nearby. From my point of view, they are.
Because it's your tower.
Because it's my tower.
Yeah. But it's nearby to. That's nearby to this one. It's not nearby to the.
No, because the barrier is blocking your adjacency.
Yes, but for your adjacency,
for mine,
you don't have adjacency from there to
no.
there.
There's no little triangles. Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. Yep.
So. Oh, it's there. That's where the card is. That's where the spell is. I ended up planning with it. No, we're fine. I'm not going to react.
Okay, you're not going to do that.
I'm not going to react.
Okay.
I'll do it in a minute.
I've done 1, 2 movement points so far of my 4.
Teleported.
Now the question is, if I stay there for jungling, I will get that. You won't get it.
Nobody will get it
because we're both.
You've got 1. I've got 1.
So do I move into the next jungle?
You move into there.
Yeah.
I will get that one. You will
get that one. Now, is that where I want to be? I think it is because I'm going to do this. So that's movement point 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's not.
Rick's popped in. Say hello. Hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick. It's a good question. So if I come in here now,
that's going to start changing.
That's going to start changing things over that side.
But you won't get to kill.
I won't get that, and I've got 11. Yeah, there's a big Staff of the Void over there. I think I might be greedy. I think I'm just going to. If I go here, I would have 4 versus 2 in the minion phase, and I can start smashing that wall down. It's a long way away from the rest of my troops, though, isn't it? That's the problem. No, actually, we can walk through water. Do I have a 2-pronged attack? Is the question. I think I should stay. I'm just going to stay.
Okay, so you've got 1 movement point spare, and then you're passing.
I'm going to pass.
So do I want to react to that passing? No, I don't. Okay. No. So, we do the minion phase.
So he's finished.
Yeah, they're done. Their cards are gone. That hero is exhausted. So the minion phase, which lane do you want to do? Oh no, it does make a difference.
Okay.
Should we do the easy ones first?
Yeah.
So in here we both get a minion, and up there we both get a minion. Right, but here, this is where it's going to change. So you add up your momentum. You have 1 momentum for each minion, and 1 momentum for each hero. Do you have any items that give you extra momentum? No. So you've got 3 momentum compared to my 0. That means Paul has a 3 momentum advantage, and he now has to spend that momentum. And there are 3 things that you can spend it on, but you must do it in order. First of all, assault. If there are any enemies in that area, including towers, you must spend all of your momentum on assaulting where possible. So what happens is these minions assault this tower and they kill it. It only takes 1 momentum to kill a tower, but the tower retaliates and kills 1 minion with it, right? But Paul still has 2 momentum left. Is there anything else that he can assault? No. So the next thing he does is sieges if he's in the space with the Nexus. So that's the next thing that you must do, is lay siege to the Nexus. But you can only do that if you're in the space with the Nexus. And then the third thing you do is you advance. So you've got 2 momentum left. 1 goes to here. You can't get any further because there's another barrier. But now you've got 1 momentum left. You have to use to attack the tower.
I have to assault.
You've no choice.
I can't just advance this one.
You can't. No, it's only your minions that are advancing. Remember, this is the minion phase.
Yeah.
These are your minions that you're not in direct control of. So you attack the tower.
Yeah.
So no choice. And they die.
Yeah.
Then, because there's now no minions in that lane, we both get 1 back in the starting space. Tiny correction, you siege the Nexus not from the same space you said, but from an adjacent space. Oh, thank you. So your minions don't go into the Nexus. Right, okay, got it.
Yeah, 1 to adjacent the Nexus,
Right,
and it ignores stuff.
Yes, so they get rid of the tower, but then they stay here. Thank you for that. Thank you. Right, next we do this lane. Oh no, we've done those 2 lanes, haven't we? We've done those 2 lanes. So that's it.
We've done that.
That's the minion phase. Now we do the jungling phase. So I get this one, and you get that
I get that one. Yep. Thank you.
And now we do the slowest hero's turn, which is me. So, Yami.
Here we go.
Right, now Yami has 4 movement and 1 attack. And Yami's ability is that when I enter an area during my turn, I can displace 1 enemy hero. No. And the rules that I was looking up are displace is adjacent but ignoring barriers. So if that so if that tower was still there, I could have actually pushed you
that way
to my side of the tower. But as it is, the towers have gone. So it's still quite good because I've got this.
And we are, yeah. Only got 1 round.
I've got 4 movement and 1 attack, and it's a melee attack. And this is Yami, who's got all of this stuff.
He's really powered up.
So yeah, what I'm going to do is I am going to go. So that's no good when I'm attacking minions, because a minion is automatically killed. That's useful when I'm attacking other heroes. Yeah. And I think this might be what we're going to do. So I'm going to go...
No.
Yes. What? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
So I'm in the jungle. It's the yellow characters going for each other. So I've moved forward. Now, did you want to react to any of those movements?
It's not adjacent anymore.
Well,
I can't.
You could do something when I declare a movement.
Yeah, no. It's 1 too many for the cards I've got. No, I can't. No.
Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move instead. Does that change things?
That's not adjacent, so. Oh yes, I do. Okay, so I've got 1 armor, and this is armor against attack. So does that, I wonder, affect my ability Tail Slam, which is where I'm dealing damage and silence to enemies nearby, where X is equivalent to my armor.
I think it's your full armor, your permanent armor, not just that. Yeah.
Okay. It's not adjacent anyway. I was reading it as if it was that distance as
well.
But
if you were to move to there, because of his ability, it means he gives everything in
armor. That area. Yeah. And no, I don't want to react.
Okay. Right. So I've moved 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I've got 1 movement point left, but I'm now going to do a spell.
A spell. So not attack.
No, I'm going to cast a spell. So I'm going to cast this spell, and it is actually the character that's taking the action, but it didn't need to be. deal 2 damage and burn to 2 enemies in my area. So 2 damage to the minion kills the minion. 2 damage to you is 2 damage. You've not got any armor? No, you've got armor against attack. This is not an attack. This is a spell. So you take 2 damage. And it says if there are 4 or more enemies there, I would have targeted 3 instead. Okay, but you're burning. Now, what burning means, burning is a condition or a status that's going to last until the end of Vorhild's next turn. And whenever Vorhild casts a spell or declares an attack, it's going to take 1 point of piercing damage, which means basically it gets through armor. So I've still got 1 movement point and I've still got 1 attack left. I haven't done my actual attack yet.
Here's the place to go.
No. And I'm now going to do an attack. So we haven't really seen this yet, but whenever you do an attack against somebody, as I mentioned earlier on, if an attack of strength 2 would kill them, you don't bother revealing any cards. But an attack of strength 2 is not going to kill this character. So what we do is we reveal cards. So I'm going to reveal the first card. And we're looking at the number in the top right of the card, which in this case is a 2. And that would be it. It would just be 2 damage. However, if you reveal a card with 1 plus, then it's 1 damage, but you draw another card. That's what the plus symbol means. And if you remember, I bought this very, very nice axe from the shop. And what this says is my first attack card always has a plus. So actually, what I've done is I've done 2 plus another card, which is 3.
Unfortunately,
So I've done...
it bounces off my charm of renewal.
What?
Plus armor against attacks and prevent the plus on the attack card.
Oh, it prevents the plus. Oh, right. Okay. So because I've got this axe... I missed that.
Oh, yes.
Prevent the plus on attack cards. Okay, so the plus is prevented.
Plus is prevented.
Okay, so it's just 2 damage.
2 damage, yeah.
I'll shuffle that back in.
Is that right? Save.
That was going to be fine.
Save. Oh,
Why did I attack that card?
nice.
Forgot about
1, 2.
that. Okay, right. I've still got 1 movement left.
Oh,
Do I want to move?
do you want some heat next turn? You are backing up your minion here, which is
Yeah, but it's not that amount. Yeah, I don't think I want the other movement point. I think I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm good. And I was second, wasn't I? Oof.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. End of the round. Next round. Shopping.
Okay. Yeah.
You have priority. So, gosh,
15 now. Right, need to look at some of this stuff.
you've got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Then again, I got a big axe, which
yeah.
is no
Well,
use
mine
against this one.
Yeah, against that one.
Silly me.
The armor was good. Retaliate 2 damage, only against heroes. That seems to be a pretty good thing to keep your people alive,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Unfortunately, I can't equip it to Vorhild because it's already got a...
No, you can discard items.
Yeah.
If you don't want them, you can discard them, but you can't swap
You can't
them.
swap them over.
Can't swap them.
Okay. Well, in that case, I think I might go... Attacks deal piercing damage, which you've got armor on. Have you got anybody with armor?
Yes.
It's that
Yami
one.
has 1 armor.
That's this one. Which
And
is the one I only get
it's a permanent
retribution.
armor. It's not armor against attacks. It's
Okay.
full on armor.
So attacks deal piercing damage would get past that armor.
I believe so.
Nice. I'm going to buy that for 9. That's that and that. And that's going to go on to him. Right. And I've got 6. Now, what do we want to do with 6? Do we want to start thinking about some of this? Attacks may also displace and freeze the target.
So displace means moving them to another area,
Moving them.
and if they're frozen, they have to spend 1 of their movement points or action points to stand up. Movement point. You have to spend a movement point to take a movement.
I think I might do that. That seems to be good fun. Let's have one of those. We'll reveal something over there.
Well, wow.
And who's going to get to go with that? Do we want to start doing that? No, this is the heavy hitter. But
I'm going to save my money.
She defeats. Are you?
Yeah.
An enemy minion. She may lose one hit to place friendly minion. One, yeah, displaces, because that could displace it. That could displace the target. Yeah, that seems to work well.
Okay, so we go into the planning phase. So draw 2 cards. You have to plan first, and it has to be. We've only got 1 character left, and then that'll be the end of the first day. Just to let you know, obviously this video is going to be a bit longer than a normal game would be. 2 players that actually know how to play it without any distractions can play it in about an hour to an hour and a quarter. We're obviously not going to get a full game today, but we are going to play enough to give you an idea of how the game plays out. But what we're not going to see today is we're not going to see the sort of end game where the minions end up destroying a nexus and things like that. I'm just conscious that it's already 5 o'clock, but we'll play as quick as we can.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. I'll try to speed up. Okay. It's 1, 2. Okay, it's 1, 2. I need 2. The only card I've got enough for 2 is okay. Yeah. 2, 3. 3. Okay. We need 2 for that. Let's go there.
Right. Well, it's not ideal, to be honest. It's really not.
I had a lot of choices, and the question was, do I decide to move out in force, or do I?
I'm going to put that card there.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go then.
Okay. So we reveal.
Yeah.
I have 0.
Oh. 0.
Yeah.
3.
So you...
That 3 attacks though. 0 and potentially 3 attacks.
Yeah, but with this one.
Oh, okay.
So
you're probably going to move and 1. Yeah,
you're going first. So you've got initiative of 3, so you go first. You've got 3 movement points and 1 attack.
Yeah. So I just want to remember this.
Where are you? You're currently there.
I'm there. When a strider defeats an enemy minion.
Yeah. So when you kill a minion, you can basically lose a hit point to turn that minion.
I'm going to do
from
that.
your side to my side.
She is ranged. I have to remember that.
Yes.
So I've got 3 movement, 1 attack. So 1, 2. Then attack the minion. Oh, hang on. No, I don't need to attack the minion. I don't need to attack the minion.
Well, you do if you want to use the ability.
Yeah, but I not necessarily want to do that because I want to use this, which is the reptile string. Attacks may also displace and freeze the target. So I'm going to display. So I'm going to attack this one.
Okay.
Displace it.
So I have +1 armor, so you're going to do less damage to me.
Okay. Yeah. But
I'd go for the minion. So if you go for the minion, you kill mine and
the
put
minion
one of yours in
phase,
as well.
I'm going to put mine in, and I'll get 2v1, which changes it over. Yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, thank you. I'll do that. So I'll shoot the minion.
Yeah.
With my 1 attack.
So your 1 attack kills the minion, and then you're going to use your special ability. So she takes a damage.
Yeah.
And you put a minion of your own in there.
Mine in there. That's it. That's my.
And you've still got 1 movement left.
Yeah. Now I'm going to go in there.
Okay. So I'm going to react to that.
Okay.
By playing. So you haven't moved in there yet. But I'm going to react to that by playing. So Kichi is going to play Flash. So you could react to my reaction if you wanted to.
And Flash is
move to an adjacent area.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to say that I'm moving into here. I think, again, rules question, do I need to declare where I'm moving? I don't think I do. Because I'm reacting.
So you're reacting to that. So I react to that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you have to do yours first, and then I do mine.
Unless
then
you
do
want to
the
react
other.
again.
No, I don't.
You don't want to react to
No.
that. That's a shame. You sure?
Yeah.
You sure? Oh, I wanted to fire another one off.
You must declare all of the targets as identified by the symbol. Okay, so if it's got the symbol in,
Yeah.
you need to declare. So I'm saying I'm reacting to you moving from there to there
Yes.
by me moving from there to there,
Right.
and you're going to react to
I'm
that
going to react to that
by moving that one
from that one to there.
to there. Okay, so that resolves first, then that resolves, then that resolves.
Right.
Okay, that's that fun done.
And okay, yes, I think so. Whereabouts are we in turns?
Well, it's
You were
this
just-
character's turn.
It's still
and
my
they-
turn,
and
isn't it?
they had 3 movement and 1 attack,
Okay.
and you've used your 3 movement and you've used your 1 attack.
So what I
So you can
could,
cast
I
a spell,
can cast a spell.
or you can pass.
Yeah.
And this is giving +1 armor to all of your
Yes. Yes.
units in here.
That's right.
Well, all of your heroes. Yeah, friendly heroes.
Okay. So do I want to do that? I probably don't. I'll. It's 1, 2. It's 1, 2. Yeah, moved out of the way. Is there an arrow? Yeah, there's an arrow there. 1, 2. There is a 2 there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to fire this. I'm going to fire precise shot. Do 1 enemy. Exactly. Do attack 1 enemy 2 areas away.
Okay,
This one.
sure.
Okay. Because it's 1, 2 away.
Yep, 2 away. So you're doing an attack on
against
this character, which is this character.
Yeah.
Okay.
React.
No, I'll do the reaction in a minute.
3.
3. Ouch.
Oh yes.
So this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I chose not to react to that,
Okay.
but you haven't passed yet.
I haven't passed yet. No, I'll stop. I'll pass now.
So when you pass, I'm now going to react to that by playing Flaming Star. So this is the one that I wasn't 100% on the rules for. So tell me if I get this right. Choose 1 area within 2 areas. So I'm going to choose this area here. Yeah. Deal 1 piercing damage and burn to each enemy hero nearby to the chosen area. So basically there's a flaming star. So a flaming star has come down.
It's fizzled out in the water.
Yeah, okay.
No, it has. Sorry.
It landed here, it exploded, and it deals 1 piercing damage and burn to each enemy hero. So, I mean, ideally, that would have been there, and I would have actually done all 4. So I think that's right, but my rules question is, because it doesn't say targeting, could I have done it even though I was here? Because I can't target this because it's in a jungle,
Yeah.
but this card doesn't say targeting. Oh, and remember that your attack does freeze. Your Vorhild's attacks, and that was an attack. So I am frozen. Okay, got it.
Right.
But yes, my question is,
Okay. Yes.
Can
yeah,
flaming-
and you were in there.
I was in here,
Yeah. Fine.
but the only reason I was in here
Was
is because
you
I thought
you might do that.
I had to do. Also, it stops you jungling that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's no target, jungle visibility doesn't apply. So I could have done it from here,
Right.
but I moved into there to stop you jungling.
Yeah. Okay.
So 1 piercing damage and burn. So 1 piercing damage to Herald.
Where is Harold? Oh, he's here. Yeah.
1 piercing damage to Vorhild.
Yeah.
Now I think
He's getting bad now.
Vorhild should have also taken a damage.
But, yeah.
Yeah, Vorhild cast a spell. So
Yes.
Vorhild took a damage
Dear.
because
Yeah.
she was
Okay.
burning.
My word. If I cast another one, she'll take.
I think you're going to take 2 damage, unless there is a rule to say you can't have the same status more than once.
Ouch.
Well, that's the designer. And then finally,
Another one.
1 piercing damage and burn to here.
Yeah.
So can you? Oh, it's just one burn status. Okay, so yeah, you can only have one burn status.
Okay.
That's fine.
Ouch. Okay. That was massive. What was that called?
Flaming Star.
It certainly was.
Okay. But it's now the end of Astridia's turn, so the burn status disappears.
Right.
So the burn was only temporary.
Temporary.
For her. Okay. But I was happy with that. Right, my go. So this is where I'm doing the fallback plan because I don't want to move 0 and attack 3 times.
Minions.
I'm here. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah,
Minions. Sorry. Next.
Minions first. Right, which one do you want to do first?
Right. Let's do this one first.
Okay, so you've got 3 momentum.
3. Yeah.
And I have 1. So you have an advantage of 2.
2.
And you have to use that to assault this character. Now, when minions are assaulting, it's not an attack.
It doesn't matter.
Cards.
So none of this.
No, it's just 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay.
2 damage. Right.
Yeah.
But that's it. They don't advance because this hero is
in the way.
fighting them off.
Yeah, fine.
But then we add
1 in there.
1 in there of each.
Okay.
This one. The other ones we add just 1 in,
and
something's going to give.
Yes.
Something's going to give soon. Remember that Vorhild attacked through a card and her attacks deal freeze. Yes, we did that.
Yes. Freeze, yeah.
Yeah, so we did the freeze, we've added the freeze.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, that was a big turn.
Right, then we do jungling, but because I'm in there with 1 and you're in there with 1, nobody jungles there.
Yeah.
So that's it. Now it's my go. So I'm going to use my backup plan of move 2 and attack 1, rather than move 0 and attack 3 times.
Okay.
Now this character is quite special in that when a nearby enemy hero resolves a cast action, they take 2 damage and set on fire. So this character has like this anti-magic aura, and any enemies that cast any spells within one of her basically take damage. So I'm going to move 2 and attack 1, and it's an attack at range. And I don't quite like how this is going, but I also don't like how the other stuff is going.
This could all blow up really quickly.
So I'm going to go 1, 2. Vorhild's nearly dead.
Yeah.
Vorhild is on 3 health.
Don't look at that. You didn't see that.
Oh, maybe I'll go here instead.
No, you were over there. Is there something in your chest where you take your finger off or something?
Maybe I'll do that.
It's brutal.
Oh. Oh gosh.
You wouldn't do that, would you?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do it. So I've moved.
Yeah.
I've moved.
Hang on. Sorry. The cards.
Kichi should have healed for that spell. Oh, yeah. Kichi dealt damage. I cast a spell, thank you.
Oh, do you got
I cast a spell and it dealt damage to 3 different people.
And you heal 1 for each damage?
For each unit that I damaged. And I damaged 3 people. Thank you.
Wow.
I forgot about that.
Wow. Can you block that person, whoever that was? Right. Am I going to react? No, because the...
Okay.
Oh, yes. Yes, I am.
You are going to react?
I am going to react.
Okay.
I am going to react.
So you're reacting to my second
I'm reacting
movement.
to your second movement. So it's
I
fine. Yeah.
I haven't moved yet.
Okay. So I'm going to react to that, and I'm going to apply Frost Shield to Vorhild.
So this is this character casting a spell.
Yeah. So he's casting it on there, and this is 1 nearby unit has +3 armor and retaliate freeze.
Okay. Now it is important that that spell is cast before I move. Because if you cast it when I'm here, that ability kicks. Oh no, it's nearby. No, fine, it's fine. We're all good.
Okay, yeah, I'm extra.
So you're casting.
Away. So I'm casting a spell on Vorhild.
So Vorhild has got +3 armor.
Yeah,
and
has
retaliate freeze. Okay, or maybe I.
You could react to that if you wished.
No, that's fine.
No,
maybe I won't attack Vorhild then. What you should have done.
You're awful.
What
I
you
should
should
have
have
waited
done.
to
You
your
should have
attack.
waited.
I should have waited until
Do
your
you,
attack.
do you want to take that back?
No, because well.
No, because that's a waste otherwise.
Yeah. Okay.
Again, learning game.
Yeah.
So what will happen is I'm going to declare an attack on Vorhild,
Yeah.
and you react to that by playing.
I'm going to play a frost shield on
Yes.
Warfield.
Okay.
That's good.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to go through with the attacking because I've declared the target. So I'm going to reveal, and it's 2, so it would be 2 damage.
Except I've got
But
1 armor
you've
against
got-
attack, and now 3 armor.
And at 3 armor,
So
and you're giving Vorhild 1 armor for
1
that.
armor
So
for
you've
that.
actually got 5 armor against the attack.
yeah, that was probably overkill, but
Okay.
I can't afford for him to die.
Right. Now, it's got retaliate freeze.
Freeze.
So we have another question. Retaliate freeze, does that mean I take the retaliation attack and freeze, or is it just freeze? It's definitely freeze,
Yes.
but the question is whether it's
Whether I get
also a retaliation.
just freeze.
Just the freeze. Okay,
Right.
just the freeze.
Yep.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It'd be way too good if it was that. Well,
Okay.
that didn't work out as I'd planned. But what I'm going to do now, because it's still my turn,
Got 1 card left.
Kichi's going to cast another spell. Because it's my turn, so I can cast this. I'm going to deal 1 piercing damage and burn to up to 2 non-monster enemies in 1 nearby space. So we're going to basically do burning bolts, and we're going to kill those 2, which means I heal for 2. Right. Gosh. Then I'm going to pass.
That's yeah.
Are you reacting to me passing?
No.
Okay. So now we have the onward phase. So the onward phase only happens when all of the heroes are exhausted. And what happens is the heroes come back and we move the day counter to the next day. Now, it can happen that characters can get defeated. If their hit points drops below 0, the characters are defeated. When they're defeated, they become exhausted unless they were already exhausted, in which case they are killed and they go into a state called respawning. If they respawn, you take their miniature off the board, you put it on here, and the next time we have an onward phase, they're exhausted, which means they're going to come. It takes them a while to come back, but I'm mentioning that because we might not see that in today's playthrough. The other thing it's important is if you do manage to kill an enemy hero, then the hero who did that killing blow levels up and you flip their card over to the better side. If they were already leveled up, you could level up one of your other ones instead. But yes, there is a way that your heroes can level up. But what happens at the end of the first day is the outsider appears. Now you need to decide at the start of the game which outsider you are using for your game. We've decided to use this one today, which is Stormmonger, and it always appears on the board on the space with that. Now, the rules for these outsiders are slightly different, but this particular one has got 4 lives, and each life has 5 hit points. So what we do is we take 4 of these counters here, and we put them on the 5 space. Now, Stormmonger has Retaliate, so whenever anybody attacks it, they're going to take Retaliate damage back. You can attack it normally, melee if you're in the same area, ranged if you're adjacent. But what happens is if you manage to deal the killing blow to one of its lives, you've effectively chopped off one of its heads. And you take one of these tokens and you choose one of the lanes and you've got a +2 momentum in that lane. There is also an extra benefit if you manage to chop off the last head, you flip this card over and this becomes your 5th hero. And it's got stupidly powerful stuff that we're probably not going to see today. But that's how this works. I'm going to keep this just down here for now. But that is the outsider that we're playing with today. Mayuki's ability kicks in damage and burn to Brivalar. What did we miss? No, Mayuki is here.
Yeah, I'm too far away for that.
It was too far away. It was here. It only affects nearby heroes. So I think we're okay. Yeah, it's only nearby heroes for the defensive spell that he used. Yeah, but it's only nearby heroes. When a nearby enemy hero resolves a cast action, and Brilvar is here, and Mayaki is here, so he's not adjacent. So we're okay. Right, that is the end of the first day, and we've played 4 rounds. We're now going to play a bit more and see how far we get. So, shop phase. You've got priority.
No money.
You have no money. I'm going to save my money.
Okay.
So we go into the planning phase. And remember, these statuses will clear at the end of that player's turn. So actually, that one shouldn't be there. I shouldn't be frozen.
Because that was the
because that was the turn where I got frozen. Yes.
Yep.
That's a little weird.
Because I had the same thing here. Because she had burn and then it was the end of her turn.
Yeah, so. But I got that from attacking you. But then it cleared at the end of the turn. I think we've played that right. Yep. Hopefully we've played that right. Right. Who are you going to plan with? And then I will decide who I'm planning with.
Yes. I do want to do that. I want to do that. So I'm going to do... I think this will work. We'll find out.
So you're activating this character.
Yeah. It's interesting because I've made quite good inroads into the Nexus.
Yeah, but
but it's all bogged down here because got problems with keeping people alive.
Okay, I'm gonna plan with that character.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So reveal. 0. 1. Okay, so you win initiative. So Brilvar's turn.
Brilvar.
Are you going to do 1 movement and 2 attacks?
I'm going to do 1 movement and 2 attacks.
Okay.
So 1 movement to join this little party.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so first attack. I've got lots of strength and stuff here.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
So you could just do 2 attacks on Yami.
Straight on Yami.
And she's got +1 armor.
But it pierces, doesn't it? Because it's piercing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Piercing damage ignores armor.
Yeah. So the first attack.
Spells.
Yes.
Okay. No, we're good. Yep, no, we're good. I'm happy.
Ooh.
And if any of these cast any spells, now they're going to take damage because of Mayaki.
Oh, yes.
But that's okay.
Okay, anyway, first attack.
First attack, it's a +2 strength.
+2 strength.
So are you attacking Yami?
I am.
Okay, so the card is 3.
Which is 5.
It's 5 damage.
Well, it's 3 damage plus...
Well, it's 5. +2 strength.
And attack still, so it all goes 5. Through. It is 5, yeah.
So Yami takes 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, you've got 1 more attack.
You know what you said about... You know what you said about people being exhausted?
Are you going to...
I'm going to attack the same one again.
Okay, I'm going to respond to that. I'm going to react by doing Spirit Heal. Okay, so Mayaki is casting Spirit Heal, heal 3 to 1 unit within 2. So 1, 2, 3. And if there was a status on there, I could have moved that status to another hero.
Wow. Heal 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could still kill her.
Yeah.
If you get another 3.
If I get another 3,
she's dead.
Now then, can I do something else first?
And I don't know what happens rules wise if you exhaust a character that was about to take a turn. Do I miss my turn? That'd be horrible.
That'd be dreadful, surely.
Horrible.
I wouldn't do that, would I? Yes, we would. Attack.
Okay, off
Attack.
you go.
Here we go.
2 plus 2, 4 damage.
Plus 2, 4. Wait for it. Can I react to my own thing?
Well, you can't react, but you can cast. You can cast that as a spell.
Now, if I cast a spell, does everybody get hit, or just the caster? With
When a nearby enemy hero resolves a cast action, deal 2 damage and burn them.
okay, already got burn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to deal 1 more damage.
So Vorhild is casting a spell. You can't do that. So this.
Okay.
Remember what we said earlier on. This is a specific type of spell that specifically says it costs 1 attack point to play.
Oh, yes.
That means you can only play this spell if it is Vorhild's turn. So if you can't pay the cost, which you can't do if it's not Vorhild's turn, you can't play that
I
card.
can't do that. Okay. Oh, what a shame.
Am I living to fight another
What a
day?
shame. That's it.
Good old emergency healing.
Oh.
Right, so your turn is done. That character is exhausted. We now do the minion phase. So which one do you want to do first?
Right, let's do this one.
Oh, it's actually really bad. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, I think it's bad.
I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I forgot about this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got 2.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so you've got
I've
3
got
momentum.
3 momentum.
One of them kills Yami.
Yeah. Yummy.
Okay, so, well, not kills, but exhausts.
Yeah.
So doesn't remove the figure. Just
Respawn.
exhaust it, because
Oh, just
I
exhaust.
wasn't exhausted.
Oh, right, okay.
So
Oh, I see what you said just now.
I'm defeated,
Oh,
but I'm not
yeah,
respawning.
Okay. Yeah, okay, fine.
And then one kills
that one, so that's
and then you've got one left.
one more. And so
This hasn't happened. I'm just going to look up defeated heroes to make sure we've got this right. Defeated heroes, if they are the active hero, then though, regardless of whether they were active or not, rotate their hero 90 degrees clockwise. If they were ready, they are now exhausted. If they were exhausted, they are now respawning. No matter what, they will skip their next turn. Place their hit point token and figure on their sheet and remove all of their statuses. They are out of play and cannot take actions, use items or abilities. Okay. So I
a token on the sheet.
yeah. Sheet. So I'll just discard that card.
Yep. I then
and I think in the onward phase, I think I'm going to come back. Is that right? Yeah.
okay.
I think in the onward phase,
That was good to do early on in the
character
day,
readies,
then, wasn't it?
and then I come back.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Tell us if we've got that right. Or not.
And my last point, I have to advance.
The minions move.
So the minions move.
Yeah, and you've no other points left. And then we both get a
Minion.
minion in here. Okay. Next, which one do you want to do?
Do this one.
So I've got 4, you've got 2,
Two.
so I have the advantage of 2.
Yeah.
So I kill those 2.
Yeah.
And then we both get one more in there.
And this one is 4v4.
So we both get one in there.
One in there.
Now I've run out, so we're going to go to backup tokens. So if you don't buy the miniatures, you get tokens, and if you run out of miniatures, you can just use tokens. Okay.
Right. Oh, that felt good.
And then we get the jungling phase. Nothing happens in the jungling phase. I skip my turn. We skip the onward phase. Next round.
Because that was your planning.
That was
That's the one
what
you
I
planned
planned.
with you.
That's horrible.
That is
Horrible,
hard.
horrible.
That's harsh.
Okay, so planning. You've got priority. Oh, shopping. Do I want to go shopping? But we'll say no. I might buy something eventually. Not happy about this now. Oh, and we forgot, but who did the killing blow? Oh, it was the minions. The minions did the killing blow. But you get to level up one of your characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Whenever a hero is defeated,
Oh.
you level up the enemy hero that defeated yours. But if they were killed through minions, I believe you get to level up one of your heroes. Just let us know if level up. Thought so.
So I'll take this one because this one's not.
Yep. So you flip it over
Oh, nice.
and you heal for 2.
Go on.
Whenever you level up, you heal for 3.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
yes. Thank you.
Oh,
Leave the chat on. That was good. That was good. Thanks. Frozen Shade. Vorhild's attack also freeze and target enemies within 2 areas. Within 2 areas. Also freeze. Okay. Right. Okay. Who am I going to go with? Well, it seems seems to make sense to use her again, doesn't it? And just bash people up. It's not like me, really. So do we want to just? Yeah, we might do. Okay, let's. The outsider's not been hit yet.
Nope, the outsider is here having a nice holiday.
Just watching us,
watching us.
Yeah.
In the previous game that we played this afternoon, we did manage to chop one of the heads off the outsider, and that gave me a massive advantage in one of the lanes.
Yeah.
But then we had to stop playing that because we had to do this video.
Yeah. And so really, I just want to do the stuff that's, yeah. Why don't we? Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so I'm going to plan with this, and it says whenever I plan,
Yeah.
I can gain burn to have +3 strength for this round.
Ooh.
So for this round,
Wow.
this character has +3 strength.
Where is he's here?
Here.
Oh dear.
Right. Are we revealing?
Yep.
3.
0.
0. Okay, so I'm going to take the first turn. And I've got 3 movement and 1 attack. And I am burning, I am on fire, but I am going to use that 3 movement. Oh, I'm going to use 2 of it. I'm going to move to there.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to move to here. And I'm going to use so additional cost 1 hit point. So to actually, oh no, that's the spell, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
point.
that's the spell. I did it wrong.
Why did you play a different card on?
No, it's fine. That's the spell. I was going to do a massive attack.
Did you have another 3/1?
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Okay.
I didn't. But I only needed 2. Yeah, if you don't mind.
No, yeah.
Oh no, because then I wouldn't have gone first. No, it's fine.
Well, you would have because I'm 0.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. The spell would have been cost me a hit point,
Yeah.
and my next attack, I can only cast it when it's my turn, and it would have given me +5 strength.
Whoa!
So it would have been a +8 strength attack.
Gracious me. This one would have just died.
Which had been phenomenal.
Wow.
Anyway, I didn't do that.
You
So
got serious ammo over
3
there.
movement and 1 attack. I am going to declare an attack, which means I'm going to take a point of damage from the piercing, from the burning. I'll do that now before I forget. But I'm going to do an attack now. Unfortunately, he's got 3 armor against attacks.
Yeah.
Vorhilda's got 1 armor against attacks and another armor because
And
Yeah.
and preventing pluses.
yeah,
Those were good purchases, weren't they? Well,
they were,
Did all
they
right
were
there.
very good. So I'm going to go for this one.
okay. That one's got attacks. May also display some freeze.
So I got +3 strength.
Right.
That's great if you get multiple attacks. Yeah, I've just realised if you attack multiple times with this character, that would be awesome.
Because it's
Because it's +3
round.
strength for the round. I've drawn a 2. So 5 damage.
5 damage.
Minus the 1 armour because you are protected. So it's 4.
Which one?
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's the here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but less impressive than I was hoping it would
No,
be.
that's...
I've still got a movement point left. So sure, I'll run away back into here.
Sure.
Yeah, and then at the end of my turn, the burn status goes. Oh,
Right.
right. Gosh,
Minions.
minions.
So it's
We'll do up there first, so we both get another token, right?
yeah.
But I'm going to do here next.
Yeah.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got 1. So I've got four momentum advantage.
Yeah.
1 to kill that. 2 to move to there.
Yeah.
3 to knock down the tower, which
Yeah.
retaliates, and 4 to go into there.
Nice.
So that's if we'd have been able to play a bit longer.
Yeah, that would have been the way in.
That's starting to, because we now get 1 extra in there. So you put 1 in there as well. But within a couple of more turns,
Yeah.
that is going to have
Starts
reached
to-
here, and he's going to start laying siege.
Yeah.
which means you'd have to do
I was
something.
hoping to get them in there.
Here, you've got 3, and I've got 3.
Yeah.
So nothing
It's not
happens.
going to happen, is it? Just one more in.
Right, jungling phase, nothing happens. Your turn.
Right. So let's start dealing some damage. Let's get
This is
let's
where
get this one out. So it's burn, so I take a damage.
when you do a spell or an attack.
Okay. So I'm going to just stay where I am because I'm going to use not 3 attacks. All right.
Oh, he's ranged. Oh, yeah, but the range is 2. If you remember, the range is 2. Vorhild can't attack at range 1.
I can now. Vorhild attacks, freeze, and targets enemies within 2
Oh,
areas.
you've leveled up.
I've leveled up. Vorhild. Oh, meaty or what?
Okay.
Okay, first attack. So I take a damage for this
You will take a damage.
because I'll take a damage.
Yeah, the burn doesn't go. Only at the end of your turn.
Right, so 1 attack.
You want to attack, who are you attacking?
Okay, I'll attack the minion.
Okay, so the minion's dead.
Yeah. Second attack. I don't know which is which. That one is this one, isn't it? So second attack will be this one.
So you take another damage.
Take another damage for
You're
that.
doing an attack on this one.
Right.
I have no armor.
And I've got 1 strength here.
Okay.
So it's
3 damage. 1, 2, 3.
Right. I'm going to do my third attack.
Which is another damage from the burn.
Yeah. And onto this one.
Same one again.
Yeah.
So again, you've got +1 strength because of that.
Yeah.
So
3.
another 3. 1, 2, 3. And then at the end of your turn, the burn status goes.
Right.
Ouch!
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Then I'm going to.
I could have run away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's fine.
I
I might run away if you attack me again.
Oh, how funny. Oh, that's so cool.
Go on, cast a spell. Go on.
Yeah.
Go on, you know.
It's not nearby. It's not nearby. I want to, but it's not nearby enough. It's a shame because I can do 2 damage and stun, but it's too. I can't do it. It's too far away. Okay, can't do it. Stop.
Right.
Okay,
So you're done?
I'm done.
End of turn.
Oh, that's awesome.
Onward phase. No onward phase. Now, we've probably only got time for 1 more turn. So let's do the shopping phase. Which I haven't been shopping, but
You've got
actually,
lots, haven't you?
I probably should.
You've got money.
I'm probably going to buy some armour for a chemo. Right, planning. Draw 2 cards. You have to plan first.
All right, so I have to shuffle these.
And I can only take a turn with these 2.
First, I didn't draw my new card. That's a shame, isn't it?
Oh,
Right.
so you've been through your deck.
I've been through my deck.
So all of Paul's ultimate cards
yeah.
are now in his
Yeah.
deck.
Okay. So I can just use these 2. Attacks can displace. So I think I might do that as well. So let's think about that. So I'm not really telling you what I'm doing, really. I'm just keeping that to myself. Just working out that. Why don't we just do that? Yeah. Why don't we? Seems to be sensible to me.
Okay.
Yep.
4. 0.
0.
Okay, so I've got initiative. So I'm going to go first. So I've got 4 movement and 1 attack. I'm going to use my first movement to get rid of freeze.
Okay.
I'm then going to go 1, 2. so many choices here. I had a really cool idea.
Like the reaction.
Yeah, I'm just going to go here.
Oh, round the back of the fortress.
No, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do it because it's fun, and we're not going to play for too much longer. So I'm going to play a card. So again, just as a reminder, any spells where there is an additional cost of movement points or attack points, you can only cast them if that is the character that's taking the turn.
Yeah.
So my one attack is actually going to be used to cast Fireball. So I deal 1 piercing damage and burn up to 5 enemies in one nearby area. So I'm going to cast a Fireball into here.
Great.
So they all take 1 piercing damage. That's 1, 1, and 1. And they're all burning. Burn, baby, burn. Okay. But that's that character done. Yeah, if you kill one of its heads, yeah, I don't think we're going to see that today, which is a shame, but we've explained how it works. Right, now we do the minion phase. So up here, nothing happens and we both get an extra minion. But here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you've got 1.
Yeah.
So again, I've got 4. So we kill that with 1.
Yep.
We kill the tower with 2.
Retaliate. Yep.
3. And then 4. So the tower is gone. That's it. These minions have now arrived at the Nexus. And what's going to happen is on the next turn, unless Paul does something about it, well, I'm going to get 1 and you're going to get 1. I'm going to start dealing 3. I'm going to be dealing 3 siege damage to that Nexus. Nexuses have 9. So you've got to do 3 things about it.
3 turns.
In 3 turns, I will have won. Unless you do something about that.
Right.
So you've got to do something about that. Now here, you've got 3. I've got 3. That is actually a minion.
I've got 4.
Oh, you got 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got 4. I've got 3. So you've got a momentum of 1.
Yeah.
You need to use that to deal 1 damage to one of those things.
Yeah. How about this guy?
He's got armor.
Oh, he's got armor. Okay, the minion.
He's got armor.
Minion.
So you killed the minion.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And then the jungling phase, you actually get that.
Yes.
Because I left it alone.
You went
right, if you want to take your turn and then we'll wrap things up.
Yeah. So
2 damage since got to keep killing that minion. Oh, it's 2 damage. Yes.
right. Yeah. So basically, what I would normally do is I'd probably go for this guy. Right.
I mean, he's quite badly wounded.
He is quite badly wounded. But the reality is, I would probably need to have done that. But I've got no movement this turn, unless I use the backup.
So who is
plan.
it? It's a Stridia, and she's got 3 attacks.
At the moment, it's 3
and she's
attacks.
ranged.
Yeah.
Well, go on, try and kill.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's the plan.
So you declaring an attack.
I'm declaring attack.
So I'm going to react.
All right. Which is.
And play flash, and we're going to move him to here.
Okay, that's fine because she's got 2.
I'm going to move to here.
You move there, and that's the jungle, and I can't see.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I've declared an attack to you, and now I'm still needing to attack you.
Which you can't. You can't then do.
I can't then do.
So what happens with that? Does the attack? Is the attack cancelled? I guess the attack is cancelled. But you've still got 2 attacks left, and you can use them to attack Mayuki.
Yeah.
You're also burning.
So I will lose 1 at the end.
Yeah. So the first rules question is the attack cancelled? And the second question is, does she still take damage from the burn even though it was cancelled? Okay. Or you could have attacked the outsider. Well, no, because
do I lose a health every time I attack because of burning?
Because of burn.
I do, don't I?
It's every time you resolve.
That wasn't a great move to do, was it? Since I was burning, that wasn't the best thing to do.
But yeah, so the question is, if the target is not visible or in range, it's cancelled. Yes, it's cancelled. So that means that you've
one
lost
attack
it,
gone.
Which means you didn't. So you don't take
So I don't
damage
take
from the
the
burn.
damage from that one.
But the attack is gone.
But if I
think we're not 100% sure. All of these questions will be answered in the final rule book.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a second attack onto here. which is I think this,
Okay.
which is this one.
It's this one.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
Who's
my
that?
red character who's now hiding.
oh, he's now hiding.
Yeah.
Oh no. Right then, I'm Vorhild. Come on, Vorhild, do your thing. Not adjacent.
To what?
To this guy.
No. No. I'm hiding in the jungle.
I'm gonna fizzle out.
Shall we wrap it
I
up
have
there?
to stop there because if I carry on attacking, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
So I stop.
Right. We're going to wrap things up now.
That was a good reaction.
It was.
Into the jungle.
Yeah.
That was great.
Because I need to head off to the gym and then pack. So thank you very much for this. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously, we didn't manage to get a game fully played today, but hopefully you got an idea of how it plays out. Every game is going to play out very differently, even if you use the same heroes, because a lot of it is down to the cards you get, and it is the clever combination of choosing which card to activate which hero, but then also the other cards in your hand are spells. And it's how you combine the spells with the heroes at the right times. The Outsider is interesting. We didn't do anything with it today, but we did in the practice game. And if we had have carried on, it would have been really interesting how it went, because this
is really pressure.
This is real pressure here
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
I've got an unwounded character here who's really good and can do all sorts of stuff. And in fact, yeah, he's got all sorts of things. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how it would have gone. You've leveled up one of your characters, which obviously gives them a better ability. And what's interesting is that their fallback plan has also improved.
Mm. Yeah.
Whereas at the moment, with the characters are at level 1, their fallback plan is generally weaker, and it's rare that you would switch it. But when your fallback plan increases,
It means you get more utility out of the cards because
Yes.
you can then use other cards.
yeah, definitely. But anyway, yeah, thank you very much to the designer and the publisher for sponsoring this playthrough. And more importantly, I hope it's helped you make a decision about whether it's the kind of game that you're going to like and whether you're going to enjoy playing it. There is a tabletop simulator mod if you want to give it a try yourself. And as I mentioned, any quirks or rules queries that we had in this, the designer's watching, he's making lots of notes. So all of the timing things that we had, we're going to work on them in the rulebook to make sure that as much is clear in the rulebook as possible. So yeah, thank you very much to everybody for watching. Thank you very much for helping us with the rules as we played. Thank you to Paul for joining me. And thank you very much to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel. If you want to support me directly, you can do so at patreon.com/gaming rules. I'm taking a little bit of a break from the channel for the next week or so there won't be much happening for me, but I will be back near the end of the month with some more videos. So yeah, until next time, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.